All right, so once again, I'm live coming in today. Um, interesting. An interesting summer. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's not over, but like I said, a lot of my time during downtime, especially, been spent at summer camp. Um, just that and the third, getting up early, falling asleep early, or taking a nap. I really got a lot of energy, more than I even used to have. A guy called me. He says, "BJ, stop waking up earlier." I get about 5, maybe 4 or 5, crack of dawn. Get up when the roosters get up, right? And he said, try to get naps in the day sometime if you can. That still works in progress, right? Modify things. Stay busy. When it was 2 o'clock today, it's nice. It's better than it was when it was severely hot for half the summer, right? But I said, you know, it is what it is. Um, Unfortunately, I also said this will be the year of the Psyop as well. So, oh, I didn't. Oh, okay, I didn't know he wasn't on there. Oh, okay.
We are following breaking news at this hour involving the Emory University shooting suspect. This is a live look right here at downtown Atlanta. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has now identified the man, the suspect who was killed on Friday near Emory University, and the CDC as 30-year-old Patrick Joseph White of Kennesaw. Now, they did not release a photo of this individual, but we did want to share the very latest with you as we continue to follow the breaking news developments. This, as DeKalb County police officer David Rose was identified as the officer who was shot and killed during the active shooter incident at a CVS near Emory University. The suspected shooter was previously only identified as a white male. He was found dead with gunshot injuries. It is unclear if they were self-inflicted or caused by police. No civilians were shot in this incident. There were 92 children at a daycare on the CDC campus. Those children were unharmed. 4 people were hospitalized, though, for stress and anxiety symptoms. So we did want to share the very latest as we continue to follow the breaking news developments right here on Live Now from Fox. And with more on this, we do want to turn to our Fox 5 Atlanta partners as they continue our coverage.
The DeKalb County Police Department grieving the loss of one of their own. 33-year-old officer David Rose shot and killed yesterday during a gun battle with an active shooter. This all happened inside a CVS across from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's main campus near Emory University. That shooting prompted lockdowns at the facilities and nearby buildings. We're told Officer Rose started working with the DeKalb County Police Department last September and served the North Central District. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children with a 3rd child on the way. Officials say he was committed to serving his community.
This officer responded to the call as he was trained to do. And during that incident, he received gunfire and he lost his life in this incident. He was committed to serving the community. At this time, we're asking for the community's prayers.
A very community here and beyond as investigators continue to look into this shooting. Authorities say the shooter fired at multiple windows on various floors of the CDC building during that incident. And Good Day Atlanta's Brittany Edney is live outside the CDC headquarters to explain how this all unfolded. And Brittany, I can still see that police tape there behind you.
But they don't know at this time if that was. Yeah, that's right, Lindsay. And not only have we seen, certain areas blocked off near the CVS and outside of the CDC this morning, but we really just have to kind of go back and just really recognize how scary of a situation that this was, not only for residents, shoppers here, and also, parents of dozens of young kids who were at a nearby daycare, rather. And of course, this shooting did claim the life of a young DeKalb County police officer. A bombardment of gunfire near the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Emory University Friday afternoon.
This was an active shooter incident. The shooter is now deceased. Multiple agencies responded and found the shooter on the second floor of the CVS building off Clifton Road.
Officers moved quickly to attempt to find the shooter and to neutralize the threat to the community. We later found the shooter on the second floor of the CVS. He had been struck by gunfire. We do not know at this time whether that was from officers or if it was self-inflicted.
A Fox 5 source told us the shooter was armed with a long gun, and authorities recovered 3 other guns at the scene. 33-year-old DeKalb County police officer David Rose was shot and later died at an area hospital. We spoke with a parent whose daughter lives in Emory Point and called her frantically about the gunshots.
Fear. But, they told her just to stay away from the windows and be safe, don't open the door for anyone, and I'll be there soon.
The CDC, Emory University, and other facilities were on lockdown. 92 children from a CDC campus daycare were safely evacuated and reunited with parents. Many are wondering, why did this happen?
Right now, it's so preliminary. He is a known person that may have some interest in certain things that I can't reiterate right now with any confidence.
Most auto insurers love when you have 2 cars, and they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At
So this is a CDC shooting, supposedly. It happened on 8/8, which is Hail Hitler, 8/8. So people pay attention to that.
We have breaking news right now. Fort Stewart in Georgia is on lockdown because of an active shooter. Army officials say there are casualties and the incident is ongoing. They say one of the sections of the base was locked down around 11 a.m. and that law enforcement is on the scene. The FBI is also now offering support. Not a lot of details here yet, but of course we are monitoring this situation. What we do know right now is what the Army is telling us, an active shooter. So it sounds like right now this is still ongoing. And again, they are confirming there are victims here. ABC News senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez has more on this. Louis, what do we know so far?
Well, Diane, not much more than what you have been reporting so far. But what I can tell you is that when I've spoken to Army officials here at the Pentagon, they are very concerned about what is going on there and trying to get as many details as possible. One of the things that they're just not certain of right now is any information about the potential number of casualties that there may have been. We have that confirmation from Fort Stewart. That yes, there have been casualties in this incident, but they don't have a grasp yet, which is one part of the information flow that is not making its way here to the Pentagon. I should point out that Fort Stewart is a very large base. It's a very important base for the Army. It's home to the Army's 3rd Infantry Division, which is one of its larger armored units. So there's a lot of training that goes on there as well. There's also some attached airfields where some training goes on, and it's close to Savannah, Georgia. So when we see information about something like this, there are a couple of things to remember. We should remember that access to weapons on military bases is not easy. And at all times, whenever there is any kind of a military some kind of a shooting on a military base, we should remember that all weapons are accounted for and are kept in armories. So therefore, the only access that soldiers have to their weapons is through registered training. And it's when it's taken out of their armory. So when something like this happens, it more than likely will involve personal weaponry, which they are allowed to have as long as these are registered weapons. So for now, a lot of information is still trying to process its way here to the Pentagon, but we at least have the same confirmation from Fort Stewart's Public Affairs Office that there is a lockdown, that there have been some casualties, and that there is an ongoing active shooter situation.
And Louis, they're saying this was a 2nd Armored Brigade combat team area. Do you know anything more about that location?
Well, this would be the, what it is that the base is a division headquarters. And so essentially that means we're talking about 20,000 personnel. Divisions are divided into brigades. So this is an armored unit. So that's why they have armored in their title. Brigade combat team is a division of about 3,500, 4,000 soldiers. And the brigade, the various brigades make up the division. So this would have been an area that would have been potentially just designated for potentially a headquarters area for this brigade combat team, or some kind of logistics facilities assigned to this. Remember, we are talking about an armored brigade, so there would be a lot of military hardware. We're talking about specifically Bradley fighting vehicles. We're talking about tanks. So you're going to have some maintenance areas, some depots that are associated with each one of these combat teams. So it's unclear exactly which one of these facilities that I've just listed is the one that is associated specifically with the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team. But at least we know this information coming from Fort Stewart right now.
And Louis, we're hearing the FBI is now offering assistance. How does that part of this work in terms of trying to now coordinate the law enforcement response?
Well, there's a lot of coordination taking place, Diane, because this is a federal facility. So automatically, the federal government's law enforcement arms are going to be involved. And in this case, this would be the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. You also have local law enforcement, some of which you're seeing on your screen there. When a situation like this takes place at a military facility, you're going to see a surge of resources from the local community as well as the in-house security forces at some of these facilities. So we immediately start thinking about military policemen, but there's also a civilian law enforcement force that is active at most military bases. They are affiliated with the Pentagon. And so then you see the civilian law enforcement from neighboring counties, from cities, neighborhoods around the military bases. You also see the military police. You also see the coordination with some of that civilian Pentagon law enforcement that we're talking about. So you're going to see a surge in resources. Another thing that you're going to see at a military facility as large as Fort Stewart is that there is also a medical facility associated with the base. And in this case, it's the Wynn Medical Center. So we are reaching out to see if there are any reports of any casualties that have been transferred to that facility.
All right, Louis Martinez for us at the Pentagon. Louis, thank you. And again, Fort Stewart in Georgia there is on lockdown right now because of an active shooter. The Army is confirming casualties and says law enforcement is on the scene. We will continue to follow that breaking news and bring you more information as we get it.
At last check, 2 soldiers who were shot at Fort Stewart on Wednesday are still in the hospital. They are expected to recover from those injuries.
And that's great news. Memorial Hospital's chief trauma surgeon spoke to Grace Rodriguez with our sister station down in Savannah about the efforts to save those soldiers' lives.
It's a very emotional, and it definitely weighs on you. I mean, some of these people are, 19, 20 years old. We have kids that are 19, 20 years old, and to see the anguish that the parents go through in this.
Memorial Health's chief of trauma surgery, Dr. James Dunn, comes from 22 years of military experience. He recalls working in Iraq and Afghanistan and is grateful that these injuries are nothing like what he saw in the field. He tells us that hospital staff simulates situations like these 2 to 3 times a year and that they felt prepared to provide care in that moment.
We weren't anticipating a mass casualty situation given the numbers, but we were certainly, everyone was on standby. In fact, people were calling in saying, hey, listen, can I help? We have a very, very invested group of individuals on our trauma staff that are engaged.
Dr. Dunn also tells us that their team can handle treatments for up to 6 people at once. 5 soldiers were wounded in Wednesday's shooting. 2 were sent here to Memorial Health University Medical Center. 3 were sent to Wynn Army Community Hospital. We heard from John Lubis, Brigadier General of the 3rd Infantry Division, about how the wounded soldiers were helped by their peers before heading to both Memorial and Wynn Army hospitals.
It was clear that the actions they took, primarily stopping that bleeding before they were loaded up into ambulances and quickly evac'd to Wynn Army Medical, certainly saved their lives.
Memorial Health is the only level 1 trauma center in the area. To qualify, the center has to provide life-saving help to patients within 15 minutes of arrival.
The suspect in this shooting, 28-year-old logistics sergeant Cornelius Radford, will be tried by the Army Office of Special Trial Counsel, which is right now reviewing the evidence and drawing up those charges. He's then expected to be court-martialed, which is similar to a trial.
The Meritorious Service
Well, that is actually very interesting. You're right. You sure do. They said 262 of them so far this year or more, or something like that. That's what they claim. This is a guy who got shot in Virginia, they say. I mean, not shot. Put lighter fluid on. Gasoline.
A Danville City Council has met for the first time since someone set Councilmember Lee Vogler on fire in a violent attack. As Vogler begins his long road to recovery, Council remains devastated. Mayor Alonzo Jones made a heartfelt statement for all of the city's staff. He says the support from the community has been overwhelming and added this devastating time is a testament to how tight-knit Danville City Council is.
These past few days have reminded each of us just how strong the bond is between this council and our community.
And in 30 minutes, we'll have an update from Lee Vogler's wife, Blair, on his condition and the outpouring of community support. And the man accused of setting Vogler on fire, 29-year-old Shotzi Buck Hayes, is charged with attempted first-degree murder. According to a criminal complaint, Buck Hayes admitted to dumping gasoline on Vogler with the intention of killing him. Police say the attack was a personal matter and had nothing to do with politics. And this morning, we have a new update on Danville City Councilman Lee Vogler. This following a brutal attack at his place of work where he was set on fire. In a new update on the GoFundMe for Vogler, his wife Blair says Lee will likely be in the hospital for the next 6 months because of the burns that cover more than half of his body. She says in part, quote, Lee's injuries will permanently impact his and his family's lives, and the sheer amount of financial resources required for long-term care is difficult to even estimate. Now, with that financial need in mind, there's a GoFundMe for his recovery. It has raised almost
For nearly 50 years, Harbor Freight has been a reliable source for the widest variety of
Story, a shocking crime in Rockingham County. A beloved Virginia teacher has been killed in what police say was a random home invasion. Thank you for joining us here at 5:30. I'm Janine Samuels.
And I'm Bill Fitzgerald. The Rockingham County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before midnight Sunday. They say 41-year-old Kevin Walker of Maryland broke into Holly and Michael Hatcher's home and attacked the husband and wife with a large knife. Holly, who was 62, was killed. Deputies say her husband then shot and killed Walker after the fight continued outside, and Michael was able to grab his handgun from a car. While the Hatcher family is mourning Holly's loss, they say the support of the community is giving them strength.
We've cried, we've hurt, and we've hugged, and we have found more love than we have ever known has existed between us and between you.
This is 31 years in law enforcement for me. I have never seen anything like it in my entire career.
Rockingham Sheriff Brian Hutchinson said yesterday that Walker had no history of criminal or violent activity prior to the attack. He detailed the timeline beginning on Friday, August 1st, when Walker rented a campsite, took a tour, then went to Walmart and bought a sleeping bag and a large knife before returning to the campsite. Sometime early Saturday morning, Walker's car damaged the entrance to the Cavern's gift shop, but nothing was taken.
The sheriff says Walker then drove off and then into a ditch where he left the car. He wasn't seen again until the attack late Sunday night. Holly is being remembered as kind and selfless. Her school says her legacy will be felt throughout the hall.
8 News is taking action for residents at the Cirque Apartments in Richmond who say they've been without a working elevator for nearly 2 weeks and there's no end in sight. 8 News reporter Jamal Williams is in Richmond with the latest.
Residents say this 6-story complex has faced constant elevator issues since last year. And with no estimated repair date, tenants are bracing for the worst.
I can't move. I love my apartment too much.
There's a lot of options for us here in Richmond to live.
A long overdue elevator repair has residents living at Richmond Cirque Apartments making tough decisions.
The constant elevator down issues with us living on the 6th floor is just unacceptable.
According to tenants, the outage started last month during a storm that knocked out the power. Cirque Apartments management and parent company, PRG Management, attribute the delay to, quote, complex mechanical failure and says they're working to replace the elevator motor. However, their statement offered no timeline for repair. Tenant James Beecham says this isn't the first time.
It all started at about December 2024. Since then, there's probably been 7 to 10 down elevator instances since then.
The outage is forcing tenants like 73-year-old Carol Ross, who lives on the 6th floor, to climb multiple flights of stairs daily.
When I go to the grocery store or go shopping and have a heavy pack, then I hold on again, both hands, and I lean over a little bit so that I can control my center of gravity. And I do have to stop and rest on the way.
Ross, who has limited mobility, also deals with stage 4 breast cancer and emphysema. She hopes these issues can get solved fast.
They need to get involved more somehow. Whether it's taking money, we really need a second elevator.
We reached out to PRG Management for further comment. We'll keep you updated as the story develops.
All right, imagine your most embarrassing moment in a...
Yeah, that's kind of crazy about the elevator thing, but I mean, there was some crazy stuff around here like that though years ago, but right down there in the downtown area, so I have to look into that one more.
It's all caught on camera, and oh, by the way, it's going viral as well. That's what happened to a woman when she went to Chuck E. Cheese in Burbank. Gordon Tokamatsu takes it from there.
Maybe you've heard of people getting stuck on a favorite arcade game, but one young lady at this Chuck E. Cheese in Burbank found out the hard way you can also get stuck in one as well. And if that happens, you can expect plenty of people with cell phones around to capture it. This was posted to the Citizen app. Around 3 p.m. Thursday, a still unidentified woman inside the Snow Day game console on her knees, her right hand stuck in a hole. Burbank firefighters took 22 minutes to free her. So how did this happen? Good question, but the answer is not that clear. We did, however, find some social media clips showing how the game is supposed to be played. You get inside the little chamber, small colored balls drop down on you from the ceiling, and while you race a timer, you put as many of those balls into that hole as you can. We don't know if she dropped something in there or if she was reaching for one of the balls, but her arm was not budging. Would you try the game?
Well, yeah, if it's working.
We bumped into Mario Navarez coming out of Chuck E. Cheese this afternoon, and we showed him the video.
But I'm not going to stick my hand in that hole.
A look inside the restaurant today shows the game out of commission with technicians attempting to repair it. The pizza chain did not respond to our request for comment, but told People magazine the game's design prevents children's arms from reaching the area in question. There was no injury to the young adult or any children, and the family continued to enjoy an evening of fun. Snow Day is manufactured by a company called Coastal Amusements based in Lakewood, New Jersey. We contacted them today to find out if they had any comments. We're glad there were no serious injuries, said company president Michael Dean, but he added there are hundreds of these games in Chuck E. Cheese's throughout the country, and we've never.
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize car insurance to save.
Concern in the metro this evening.
It's about apartment flash mobs, which I've been talking about recently.
A scary new trend in crime. Police say groups of people in flash mobs are sneaking into apartment buildings, taking over community rooms, partying, and causing damage. Joe Mason shows us one group caught on camera.
A wake-up call, yeah.
A wake-up call for John McKellar, who was home here at Platform Apartments in St. Paul Sunday nights. When this happened, a flash mob took over the building, holding a party in the party room.
There's over 40 people that somehow snuck into the building, smoking, partying, damaging things, and it was just terrible.
Let's back up. We can show you this crime on surveillance video. Watch as a group gets into the entryway. Then a guy tries to force the door open, even kicking it to get into the building.
Many people didn't let them in, and then eventually someone did.
The apartment management company didn't want to go on camera. How many people and how long were they here for?
We think there's between 40 and 50 people, and they were here from about 11:30 at night to 2 in the morning.
He says the group started rapping and smoking weed.
So I'm like, oh my goodness.
The smell hit John like a ton of bricks.
I go in the hallway and I mean, like, it's just smoke, it's gas, you just smell it, it's so strong.
This flash mob left behind a mark. What kind of damage happened here?
They made a mess. They damaged some cabinetry, some of our spaces.
Over the last few months, he tells me the group has done the same exact thing at other apartment complexes around St. Paul and Minneapolis.
It's a pattern and something that they are continuing to do because there's no accountability. For people to come in here, it's a real big invasion of privacy and security.
People got to be more aware of who they're letting in the building. For something like that to happen is absolutely crazy.
Joe Mason, 5 Eyewitness News.
Concern in the metro this evening.
It's in Times Square.
The dispute ends with shots fired in Times Square this morning. A suspect is in custody and 3 people are in the hospital suffering bullet wounds. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live in Times Square with more. Marcus, good morning again.
Good morning, Tony. And many of the individuals involved, teenagers, both the suspect, the victims, all this taking place in the heart of Times Square, 44th Street and 7th Avenue early this morning. So it was around 1:20 when police responded to a call of shots fired here in Times Square. Apparently a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old were having some sort of dispute, and then the gunfire rang out. 3 people shot, including that 19-year-old who was involved in the dispute. He was struck in the foot. An 18-year-old woman was grazed in the neck, and then a 65-year-old man was struck in the thigh. All three taken to Bellevue Hospital. They are in stable condition. The injuries not considered life-threatening. Again, this happening in busy Times Square. As you can hear sirens going by now. It's never quiet here, but at that time, it sent people running.
People were just saying they're just shots fired, yeah. And then everybody started running, then all the cops started running up. When we heard the shots, we thought it was fake. We're from Chicago, so but we heard the fireworks or not the fireworks, the shots, and we thought it was fireworks. And then we heard everyone talking, everyone running, and we knew it was serious.
That 17-year-old was taken into custody here at the scene. Police say they have recovered a gun, and charges against that teen are pending. We're live in Times Square. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Performing on the big.
That's kind of interesting when you think about it.
All right. Imagine your most embarrassing moment, and it's all caught on camera. And oh, by the way, it's
Yeah. They said that there's a privacy concerns raised over AI glasses.
East Valley social media influencer getting millions of views for his prank videos is facing up to 9 years behind bars if found guilty. Heston Cobb was arrested earlier this month for his stunts targeting unsuspecting businesses and customers. Tonight, 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is looking into what he used to record these victims and if their privacy rights were violated.
Tempe police say the suspect was using these new Meta AI glasses with just a press of a button can record whatever you're seeing. Come on. It's videos like this that got Heston Cobb, otherwise known as Heston James, millions of views on his social media. I'm gonna clean house. Doing what police call business takeovers that not only disrupted operations, but made customers and workers feel unsafe, including those at Big Brand Tire in Tempe.
They were getting underneath cars. Some of them had a star to take off the tire.
This worker was one of many victims at the center of these so-called pranks.
So I was just more worried about the safety of everyone, honestly.
Leading to Cobb getting arrested and charged. We tried to ask Cobb about it at his Tempe home, but he didn't answer. Is he staying here? It was also at this home where Tempe police served a search warrant and seized several items, including a pair of Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses that are able to record video.
He had those glasses on.
A much more surreptitious way of doing it rather than having a cell phone out.
Officer Jessica Els with the Tempe Police Department says Cobb would have others wear the glasses and record for him.
So it is definitely a concern that as technology becomes more advanced, that maybe more people are going to start buying these glasses or recording devices and maybe start using them for nefarious purposes.
For those who don't know about them, you may not even know you're being recorded. Using these glasses is simple. All you have to do is press this button right here, and it starts recording up to 3 minutes. The only way you know it's recording is by seeing this blinking white light. But are people allowed to use undercover cameras like this to record people in businesses? Israel Balderas, a licensed attorney and professor at Elon University in North Carolina, teaching First Amendment law, says if people are out in public, like walking on the sidewalk or at the park, then you can record them. But in a restaurant or auto body shop,
that individual doesn't have the right to record inside a Chipotle unless Chipotle gives that individual permission to do so, right? That is a private company.
Arizona law states that people can't record someone where there is a reasonable expectation of privacy, like inside your own home, a public bathroom, or locker room. While restaurants and malls may be open to the public, it's still a private business.
These pranksters, they've been going into private property. Now, do I have an expectation of privacy in the restaurant? No. But does the restaurant have the right to say you can record? Absolutely.
In Tempe, Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks.
I honestly can't imagine using another bag.
Kind of interesting. All right, so that's that right there. It wasn't. Oh. So they made this big stink about this RFK Jr. council back. No, they didn't. All they did was say they're gonna move it to mRNA vaccine. I mean, universal vaccine.
Let me be absolutely.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
The U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services is in Alaska. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. held a press conference moments after announcing $500 million in canceled vaccine development funding.
Oh, Will Courtney was at that conference today, and he asked the secretary, if not those vaccines, then what is the alternative? Will joins us now. Will, what did you learn?
That's right, John and Adelmi. 22 projects based around the mRNA flu and COVID-19 vaccines will be affected by this cancellation, following the cancellation of that funding. But that wasn't the reason behind Tuesday's press conference.
Gathered at the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. sat between Senators Lisa Murkowski and Dan Sullivan. Tuesday's topic, the impact of the Big Beautiful Bill, which barely passed Congress weeks ago. Opposers to the bill, including several gathered outside, said cuts to Medicaid included in that piece of legislation could spell disaster for Alaska. The secretary, though, said impact wouldn't be felt.
You've been inundated up here by advertisements saying that there's cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, that.
Uh-oh.
Gathered at the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. sat between Senator disaster for Alaska.
The cuts that are happening are to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse.
While the Big Beautiful Bill was the focus, Kennedy fielded questions on a variety of subjects, including his recent announcement that $500 million of vaccine funding would be canceled. We were the first to ask if mRNA vaccines aren't sufficient, what's the alternative?
But right now, we're developing a universal vaccine at NIH, which is a vaccine that addresses the entire phylum of viruses. And so it's a vaccine that mimics natural immunity, and it is effective against any kind of mutation. So it doesn't drive the virus to mutate.
Outside the building, protesters gathered, including John Haas, who held a sign saying, "Don't cut the head off Native health care."
Are you concerned that Secretary Kennedy is putting Native health care on the chopping block?
Yes.
And how come?
He's cutting Medicare.
Yeah.
Then why would he come for this next?
Yeah.
And that person answering my question to John was his sister Emily. Both her and John are Alaska Native and told me it was, in their words, a moral duty to protest today. Kennedy is set to stay in the state for the next week and will visit Kenai tomorrow.
Oh, Will, you mentioned Senators Murkowski and Sullivan were at the presser today. Did they have any comments? What were they talking about?
Yeah, so I did actually ask them about their thoughts on the $500 million funding cancellation. They didn't answer my question, But going back a little bit to the big, beautiful bill, that's the Medicaid funding cut, right? Sullivan has been a big proponent for the big, beautiful bill.
Didn't show up. Didn't show up for what? My link not showing up. That's interesting. Hold on a minute. No, I sent the link. Oh. Let me try this page. Okay. No, I sent 2 links. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. Shit. If not, I have to do another show later. I mean, because I gotta get out of here like 40 minutes. I got an event I gotta handle, but I just said that I come on, when I had some time. But
This next story is going to have you thinking Christianity appears to be making a major comeback in America, and young people leading the charge. Studies show the search for community and connection in a post-pandemic world have led Gen Z to religion in growing numbers. But it's not the typical church experience that young people are running toward. It is major events like this one here, more similar to music festivals than Sunday services. Amplify 2025 is the largest annual evangelism outreach event in the United States, happening this weekend in Arkansas. And it features well-known names like Switchfoot, Maverick City Music, and our next guest, Nick Hall, who is helping lead young people back to religion. He's here with us now, evangelist and founder of Pulse Evangelism, Nick Hall. Nick, great to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Anna. Great to be here.
I mean, this looks very different from the church I grew up in. At 11 a.m., everybody's in their Sunday best. And it reminds me more of the music festival I went to last month in Montana. Why was this important to you when creating this, for it to look different than a typical Sunday service?
Well, you said it in the previous intro there. Gen Z is not quietly walking away from faith. They are running towards Jesus, and they are louder than ever. This generation can't be fit in a box. They don't want to be fit in the walls of any building. They want to go to the streets. They want to fill fields. And you see this, right, in the secular setting. You think of things like Coachella, Palooza just happened in Chicago. Or you even see this in terms of protests that happen, young people filling our streets. These people want to put feet to their belief. And the same is true when it comes to Jesus. Recent stats show 3 in 4 teens are open to talking about Jesus. They're hungry for God. And this is what we're seeing in the work I do with Pulse Evangelism since our starting, but it's grown every year. Young people want more of faith, more of scripture, more of Jesus.
More community, too, more being part of something. I mean, even just waving your hands in the air like you just don't care with people around you.
What's up, man?
It feels good, doesn't it? I was also just reading that Christian artists are starting to top the normal music charts as well. Tell us about who you've got coming up. You've got Switchfoot, and who else?
What's up, man?
Salute.
Yeah. I had sent you. I ain't know what Doc was talking about in the chat. I had sent you a link earlier, but I don't know what happened.
Oh, what did he say?
He said he was on the way, but then I said they sent a link, and I sent it to 2 pages. I sent it to 1 page. I just sent it to the other one. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah, I was searching for it, but I just got this one. It's 150 something. So it didn't show up in the other ones, or it didn't show up earlier because I was searching. That's why I was searching for it. Yeah,
you
it
know
didn't
what?
show up.
Yeah, because I got to leave in about 40 minutes. So actually, we got to talk about this thing not showing up. Matter of fact, this thing was about young people doing more concerts and stuff. Let's do that, because I just played the video of RFK Jr. when he said they canceling the money in COVID in flu shots, but they're not really canceling it. They're moving that money to make universal vaccines where the vaccine cover every mutant. So basically, he's saying you never get the disease again because we're going to make a universal vaccine that takes care of all viruses, and it mimics natural immunity. Universal vaccine. How cute, right? Universal AI, universal vaccines.
It's funny you mentioned that because I'm watching the video. I've been following this one chick called Unpacked with Queen Janice, and she's been covering a lot of this stuff. But she got a video said 23andMe colluded with CCP to murder Black Americans.
Yeah.
And she's talking about the jab. She's talking about the genocide. Inoculations. So it's funny that you mentioned that. Wow.
So look, let's put it this way. Because I know you saying you've been having trouble. Yeah, I played that one with the 3 people getting shot in Times Square. They say the dude got the shooting at the CDC yesterday. I played that. But y'all been saying y'all been having a lot of issues getting my links or getting on. Sometimes Doc Boss saying, "No." Well, guess what? When you know it, YouTube is demanding a government ID. They want a government ID, excuse me. And card information. Yes, YouTube, right here. Yes.
Yeah.
They will require ID right here.
I was the first one to ever join the military family. I knew that I wanted to go back to school.
YouTube ID.
On August 13th, when YouTube determines that you're not over 18, you're going to have certain restrictions on your account that prevent you from using YouTube normally. Now, before a lot of you guys give your government IDs over to YouTube to prove that you're over 18, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, what will YouTube actually look like if my account gets marked as under 18? Well, I found a way to test it out. This is an option that should be available to everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the top right over here and click on our account. And we're going to scroll all the way down to restricted mode. Now my restricted mode is off, and when my restricted mode is on, this is what YouTube is going to look like if YouTube's AI automated systems determine that you are under 18. So this is what my YouTube homepage looks like right now. Keep in mind that I do not use this account to watch videos. These are just random videos that are getting recommended to me based on some of the people that I've subscribed to on this account. Let's take a quick scroll through here. This is what my homepage is looking like. Let's go ahead and turn our restricted mode on and see if any of those things change. All right, so my homepage refreshed, and let's see if I'm starting to see different videos. So the shorts page looks the same, but the PewDiePie video did disappear. I guess PewDiePie is someone that would be regarded as someone who's a little bit inappropriate for kids. So interestingly enough, when we go over to PewDiePie's channel, some of his videos have disappeared. This is what PewDiePie's channel is looking like right now normally, but there is another video in between this one and this one that is being hidden. This is what his YouTube channel looks like on a different homepage. As you can see, I'm done with Google right over here, the video that was taken off of our homepage earlier. Interestingly enough, this video is not age restricted in any sort of way. I'm sure it's marked as not made for kids, but for some reason, YouTube is taking it off of the homepage of a restricted mode user. The only thing I can think of is maybe because it's a sponsored video with an ad. I do find it really interesting though that the video is not just restricted in the sense of, oh, you click on it and it says, yeah, you're not allowed to watch this video. It's straight up removed from the channel. So you'll think that the video doesn't even exist if your mode is restricted. But that is an extremely interesting way that YouTube's under 18 model will operate, where you won't even be able to see certain videos. Forget watching them. You won't be able to see them. So when you go over to my account, you can actually see that the vast majority of the videos that I've made recently are hidden. This is some horseshit. YouTube is basically saying, yeah, you can't go and watch these videos because they're inappropriate in some sort of way. Well, gee, now we know why I've actually been getting a little bit less views in every single video. Only 2 of like the last 7 or 8 videos that I've actually made are available to people who are marked as under 18.
All right. So long story short, basically, I'm just telling you that could be that they been blocking me or whatever. They've been doing this for a long time. But what I'm saying is, maybe that's why you don't give me links. I don't really. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know, I mean, hey, man. Yeah, I mean, I had a dude tell me he didn't get my video for a damn week or some shit. I don't fucking know. But look, that's what it is, bro. I mean, you know, yeah, they want your bank card and all this to register and all this other nonsense. So you basically they censoring you by basically making you go through a whole lot of quote unquote internet red tape, as you want to call it. Because the other day I was DJing an event and I tried to get on Instagram Live. Obviously I can't go live anymore. If I don't have 1,000 followers, excuse me. So it's crazy. It's crazy though, because I got a lot of people watch my shit, like as far as like posts or stuff like that, but they say I don't have a lot. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me play that too while I'm at it. Here we go.
इंस्टाग्राम पर लाइव नहीं हो रहा है। इंस्टाग्राम यूर अकाउंट इज नो लॉन्गर एलिजिबल फॉर लाइव। और गाइस, जैसे ही आप सभी लाइव जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो आपको मैसेज देखने को मिला है, प्लस आपका लाइव नहीं हो पा रहा होगा इंस्टाग्राम के ऊपर। तो कैसे आप इस प्रॉब्लम को ठीक करके आप सक्सेसफुली लाइव जा सकते हैं? बेसिकली दोस्तों, यहाँ पे जो है आपको देखने को मिल जाता है यूर अकाउंट इज नो लॉन्गर एलिजिबल फॉर लाइव। कह रहा है कि जो आपका अकाउंट एलिजिबल नहीं है लाइव जाने के लिए। बट ऐसा बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए हुए डायरेक्टली सोल्यूशन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। सबसे पहले गाइस, आपको जो इंस्टाग्राम को डायरेक्ट
Okay, now what he showed right there just happened to me. That's what I wanted to show you. Now watch this. Because certain people can get on live, but certain people can't. It's weird, right? That's exactly what happened to me. He showed that, boom. He said, you're live. So let's see if we can bypass this thing here.
Hello guys. Today I will show you how to fix your account is no longer eligible for live on Instagram. Okay, let's start. First, go to your Instagram app. Try to go live. Now click on live. See, this is the problem. Okay, let's start. First, go to Play Store and make sure your Instagram app is updated. Click on Update. After update, go to your Instagram. Click on profile icon. See, here is my followers. Now click on live option. See, your account is no longer live eligible for live. We changed requirements to use this feature. Only public accounts with 1,000 followers or more will be able to create live videos. First, you have to make 1,000 followers, then you go live on Instagram. Thanks for watching.
So basically, you got to get 1,000 followers, or you can't go live. Kind of crazy, right? But happened to me the other day. I'm doing an event. I'm like, damn. I'm like, so the lady was like, you know, what are you doing? You trying to go live? I said, yeah, I'm trying to go live or whatever. And it was like, okay, cool. You know, I said I can't go live. They were like, what? So I use my DJ page on And the other one on Facebook, and they some of your Facebook link to Instagram or something. Can I go live on shit? Crazy shit. I said, all right, whatever. I said, I tell you what, let's figure this out. And come, this is absolutely getting kind of, but this is part of a censorship society, which I've been telling the same for months. So the dystopia is getting very real. But yeah, that's how it went. The bank card, all this stuff. Yesterday, I mean, like I said, actually, let me tell you something. Summer camp was great. Spent a lot of time there this summer. Excellent, great program. All that. But same thing on Instagram, digital, because I'm gonna tell you why. Went to Kings Dominion yesterday. That's an amusement park here in Virginia. Biggest people come from all over the world yesterday. People was all over the world yesterday there. And I hadn't been to Kings Dominion about 6 years, 7 years. I used to go all the time. My nephew didn't. He had the season pass yesterday, but problem is he don't have he don't like to get on rides. He's scared of heights. But even though he did say he got on one ride recently to overcome that, he doesn't get on a lot of rides and stuff. But some people just don't like getting on rides. It is what it is. Another guy say he don't get on rides because it make him queasy. It is what it is. In there with a group of kids, but we're trying to get something to eat. And the kid was like, "Oh, you gotta take me to the machine." I'm like, "What machine?" He was like, "It's a machine where you put your money in and it give you a card back." He like, "You can buy food, you can go play games or whatever, but you have to use the machine to put your money in." He was like, "You can put 1s, 10s, 50s, 100s, or whatever money you need to spend." But he was like, "You can't buy anything with cash here. Kings Dominion is cashless now." I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay. So that made it easy for me because I said, okay, fine. I'm not buying no fries for no damn $11. I'm not buying shit. I said, damn, I'm thirsty out here. But the kid was like, "Oh no, it's a water fountain over there." So they looked out for me and they were like, he's like, "What can I call you?" I said, "You can call me BJ Bernard, whatever you want to call me, bro." And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "We glad we hung out with you anyway, because we didn't want to be with the group of other kids anyway and stuff like that." I said, "Yeah, but y'all would have got on rides because I'm trying to find them or whatever." But he said, "Yeah, kid, that's what he said." So I was like, whatever. Next thing I find my nephew, he got teddy bears and basketballs and stuff. They didn't want him a lot of stuff, man. It's crazy. But what I'm saying is, the fact of the matter is, I did, you know what? I take that back. I did play one game because but it was a game I played before. It was a basketball jump, and the little kid asked me, if you hit 2 balls or something like that, if you hit 3, if you play $10 and you play you hit 2, if you get 3 balls. And if you hit all 3, you get 3 balls. You 2 for 3, you get 2, and you get 1, you get 1. So I hit my wrist the other day. It still got a little swelling in there, but it's going down. And the guy funny bone fell on my wrist and stuff when I was going for a steal, but I hit 1 shot, whatever. Sometimes I put a wrap on it. But I didn't put a wrap on it right now because it's better. I think the nerve just a little messed up, but it's getting better. But hit 1 shot, got it. But I told him I got to get the ball to my nephew, because he with me or whatever. So Minnesota Timberwolves ball. But the kid he kept asking me. Then he said, "Can you share?" Blah blah. The other kid, they started fighting with tell me I want to use the ball and all this stuff. It's crazy, right? But nevertheless, gave the ball to my nephew. Still, I told him, "Man, if I didn't know my nephew won 2 other balls, I would have gave you that, But he gave the ball. They tried to trade the ball with him for a teddy bear or something. That shit was kind of funny, man. I'm just saying. But long story short, my boy told me he loved me. Thank you for coming out to the there and rocking with him all summer. Then he was even fucking with me and shit. He told my nephew, "Hey man, love you, man." He said, "You want to come with me to?" He like, "Man, look, man, I'm doing something, man. If I do a show or something or whatever, DJ, he was like, I'm gonna let you." He was like, "Thanks for coming out and have a drink with you. He was like, he was like, if BJ let you drink or whatever. I like him. I mean, that's a I said, hey, putting dice. He like, yeah, I have a drink with you. He like, you serious? I'm like, hey man, I said, man, 25, man. I mean, hey, that's up to you and him, bro. I like, yeah.
Yeah.
He like, but I told him, I told him I personally would want to advise against it. But he did say that. So very interesting. But back to this thing about this cashless thing. So that's how it goes in the big deal of things. So yeah, but that's how it goes. So that's why they've been blocking this. So they want you to put out all this government ID and all this other bullshit. But yeah, so I mean, for the Instagram Live thing, but they letting people with iPhones do it. So the guy told me, I need to get an iPhone and all this other bullshit. I told him I'm not doing all that. Just to fuck your damn feature. I don't need your damn iPhone. Hey, what's up?
What's up, my good brothers?
What's going on?
Man, and I was during traffic, so I'm late.
No, you good. I mean, I'm about to, well, I ain't gonna be in traffic. I'm going to Powhatan, Virginia in probably about 30 minutes. Gotta go.
Okay.
But I tell you one thing, you come in Richmond at 5 to 4 o'clock in daytime, starting to get like New York City. I was telling Shaq the reason they may not have been getting my videos and stuff like that, because Instagram, they don't let me go live anymore. I don't have 1,000 followers. They don't let me go live anymore. First thing.
Yeah, I was telling that. Yeah, I was telling Shaq that, and then I think Doc Boss found that too. And then Shaq sent the policy, yeah.
Yeah, but guess
But
this.
but why they doing that? Is that for everybody? So they retroacting that? That's unfair to let other people go live when they been going live. Why wouldn't that be for new users? That's censorship, y'all. If they doing that, then that's just a form of censorship. But go ahead, Shaq.
No, but watch this though. I can't go live on my when I'm logged in on my Android, right? It'll give me that feature.
Okay.
But on my iPhone,
You
when
can
I'm
go live.
logging in, it let me go live.
I
I'm like,
was telling you that because the lady told me that the other day.
Interesting.
She told me that. She was like, do you have an iPhone? I said no. And she was like, okay. She was like, she told me that I was literally DJing an event Tuesday, National Night Out. She was like, do you have an iPhone? She was like, you might want to invest in an iPhone. I said, I ain't just getting no iPhone, just get on the damn live feature.
Yeah, to go live. Yeah, I got you.
I said, fuck your damn phone.
But good thing Shaq tried it out. Yeah, well, they won't let me go live no more. I ain't the beat.
I called him. I called him that day. I said, Shaq, I'm out here DJing this event. See if you can go live. He was like, oh no, I know you can't go live because he like the policy. I said, all right, let me talk to this lady over here. So I was talking to the lady, and she was like, no. She was like, yeah, that he invested in an iPhone or something. But then the other thing with YouTube, why you ain't probably getting videos is because YouTube now is talking about you got to use a government ID and a bank card to start.
That's what Shaq was.
Yeah.
Lord, boy, these people here, man, God, but these small heads, they coming for us. All right, they can bring it though. They can bring it. They got the right generation.
So they trying to wipe out. So this is another ploy to wipe out Samsung.
Say it again, Shaq. My bad. I think my signal went out.
No, you're good.
It's to wipe out what?
Shaq, you there?
It went out. Oh, maybe his phone went out. That's why. His phone went out, BJ. There you go.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, repeat your comment.
But this is another ploy too, because Apple.
I didn't understand what you were stating earlier.
I think in Texas. Yeah, you remember that text I sent you, that Pianki sent me with those jobs that they. I don't know if Dawson's still on it. Dawson?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, well, Apple. I think Apple was one of the companies on there where they're supposed to be bringing business. I think some in Texas. I think some Apple. So I always thought that Apple was the end all be all for to get everybody with an Apple device or Apple phone, Apple Watch, Apple product. This is going to knock Samsung out. But some people maybe not, because some people ain't on Instagram, but there's a lot of people is on Instagram though.
Well, a lot of them have been having issues on Instagram, so a lot of them have moved over to TikTok. Because I know one lady, she talk a lot of stuff about law and businesses and all that, and they weren't even letting her her followers know she was going live via notifications, and then they had locked her out of her account.
So
Mm-hmm.
she's right.
So I think she had to get a TikTok account, but look what they doing to TikTok now.
Well,
they box us in, man.
You're actually right because, like I said, with that, now you talking about Apple. Now you remember a couple weeks ago you heard with Kennedy, with Robert Kennedy Jr. talking about in the future they want everybody to stop wearing wearable devices. Like you see, I got a watch on, but they ain't talking about them type of watches. They talking about like them wearable devices. You know your Fitbit. You dog. You know you like little sister girl. They call me in the morning and say, "Hey BJ, I walked 1,000 steps today." I don't give a damn how many steps. Hey, look, as long as you walking, I don't care how many steps you walk. I ain't never had no Fitbit, none of that shit. You can have it you want to. I don't really give a shit. I mean, I guess it's good for people, but that's also a part of the grid, I guess. Because, I remember one time the lady called me, I called her and she said, I left my phone at home by mistake. I'm talking to you from my watch, so I can't talk that long or something like that, right? So, it is getting a little bit crazy, right? But what I'm letting you know is, let's be real. Like, they've been doing this for years. They just say, all right, we're going to make you get age verification, all this stuff on. I'm like, yo, I mean, hey, look. Because I mean, last year, I think they did that in Virginia with, you can't, I mean, this is way off the script, but I mean, they either porn or OnlyFans or whatever, you had to be over 18 to do it. But shit, motherfuckers just go to OnlyFans page on fucking Twitter. I had a dude tell me, he's like, hey, look, man, I go to OnlyFans on Twitter, man. He like bypass all that shit. He told me straight up. So, but what I'm saying is, they really, put it this way, they really want, and that's why I was saying the cell phone age verification in schools and all this stuff, telling the kid put this stuff in the backpack. I mean, it's kind of like what do they call it? A catch-22, because now you might be able to record nothing that's going on or whatever, something going fucked up, right? But see, this is the way me and Shaq was talking about this. Hey, look, they getting really into that, what I call that all seeing eye, that big brother thing getting bigger and bigger. Shit, they might even put 2 eyes on that motherfucker. Maybe about 20. Because more than 2 eyes in this operation. But yeah, they getting real big. This thing getting a little out of hand. But hey,
yeah, look, people gonna have to just leave the platform and masses and stop being attention whores, and you gonna have to go offline or go on the community or use them just to keep your followers and go offline. Because these people, and they still shutting down people Facebook groups. That lady who do like cooking tips and homemaking tips, she an older sister. And she had 2 million followers on. Man, that lady was about to cry and everything. They locked her out of her account. This guy that was teaching about finances, he had like 178,000 followers. They locked him out of his whole Facebook group too.
I got Delson. I'm making.
So really, even if you're doing positive stuff, it's like
we got screwed again. Or better yet, let me take that back. I mean, we got Jude again. Excuse me, my fault. We got Jude again, though, so it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, I want to see, like I said, I want to see how it play out. The Christians versus the small hats. I'm still watching. It look like the Christians winning.
They filmed.
They got Charlie. They did what?
They forming an alliance too. Christian Zionism. I got a whole video on that.
Lord, you know what I'm saying? These people.
They forming a whole alliance. They actually already had it, but they just trying to because that's why I was playing. They talking about new religion. They doing but it's not gonna be like a new religion like let's say like,
how that supposed to work? Jews don't even believe in Jesus, so how that supposed to work?
Hey. They tell you, they give you Christmas. They give you Christmas, though. The Jewish guy said about 15 years ago, right on TV, he said, look, we don't believe in Christmas. Resell it to you. He like, you all make me want to.
There you go.
He like, we all make me want to
Wow.
believe. He said it on the damn TV show. He was like, that boy told me about this shit years ago. The guy was like, hey, you got words like Christmas. He was like, you almost make me want to believe it. But he like, the problem is, we don't believe in Jesus. We're gonna sell you that Christmas gift. You keep on buying it.
There you go.
That's how it works, man. Smart money called. Hey, we can make anything look good. Hey, look, check this out, dog. So like last week, I told everybody, they talking about this. Whatever happened at that hair store in Texas, right? I knew it was over there by Dollar Tree or whatever, right? I think it was Houston, matter of fact.
Straight embarrassing, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, they said they dropped the chemical on people. That's what happened out there. They dropped chemicals on people. And they said they closed the shop down for 8 weeks or whatever. Yeah, they said that shop will be closed down for 8 weeks because of whatever happened on. They got to do some building inspections or something like that. I mean, you can go back, you can look it up, but I'm just telling you, that's what they said. Somebody just a chemical dropped on people or something. Very easy to do. If you got that many people.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, that's just like they said in New York, they were spraying COVID through the AC systems and hotels and stuff and buildings.
Yeah, let me hair store. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but that's how. Hey, look, if you want it, yeah, here it is. What's the store name? Here it is, right here. Chemical substance, the floor that ran open your hair store. Here you go. Now, I already knew where it was. I knew. Well, I ain't gonna say I knew where it was.
Man, I see this so embarrassing.
I knew the layout. When I saw the Dollar Tree, I said, "Yo, this just shaped like this. It ain't shaped like
it's already janky, huh, BJ?"
Well, look, I'm gonna be dead on. Like I said, like me and Frank was talking about one day a while back. Look, when you in this city, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know where the hood at. And you know when you start to get in the suburbs, unless you're in a downtown area that might be gentrified, you kind of know because the same layout, the same Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, might have a Chinese food.
You right?
Might have this.
You right? You right? Or just go down MLK Boulevard.
That's right.
Wherever you at, go down the me and my ex-fiance, he was my fiance at that time. We was in Miami. He was like, I'm finna go to the hood. I'm like, why? I said, we we was in Fort Lauderdale. And he was like, every place got a hood. So, because Fort Lauderdale is nice, it's beautiful. But anyway, he said, this is what you do. Every city you go into, just find Martin Luther King Boulevard. They have them everywhere. He ain't lying either, because I started paying attention to other places I was traveling. So, you right. Straight hood.
Well, what do you think Martin Luther King Boulevard in Richmond, Virginia do? Look, check this out. On the one end, you got the VCA or the hospital and all the downtown stuff going. It turns in Lee Street, right?
Okay.
So when you cross over the bridge, the Martin Luther King Bridge, you end up right in Mosby Court Projects with the Martin Luther King School right across the street.
Well, yeah, that's how it is here. You go down Martin Luther King Boulevard, which is in the neighborhood of South Park. You pass the neighborhood up, you see the YMCA post office, but you go further down, that's where you got University of Houston and all that shopping and all that further down. Just not even, I want to say not even a mile or 2 miles down on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah, that's about the same.
In the 15th, and matter of fact, down the street down there in Fulton, I think the other day a 15-year-old boy shot his sister or some shit, or a 12-year-old sister or something. I don't know, something like that, a cousin or something.
I mean, our city has been with the health thing, and then they trying to censor the incompetent Harris County wetback. See what I'm saying about these wetbacks and illegals, how they get out of place? I don't know if you saw what happened with that. They come by censoring her ass. She tried to use all cultural people, all youth, all little kids to get the other county judges to vote to raise all property taxes because of some early youth education program that they use with COVID money. You knew that COVID money wasn't going to last. And you think you finna raise the taxes on us? No, ma'am. But the audacity to use kids of my culture, no, you go get your wetback Mexican kids and you use them. I'm so sick of, anyway, they talking about censoring her now. She may lose her seat. And these Democrats is rogue, man. These are some sick, rogue, and, well, Jasmine Crockett, now they just said in the state of Texas, they can't even go collect they pay nor they per diem if they don't return back. So I guess they not even worried about getting paid.
Shit, they probably already paid bigger than that, right?
Yeah, whoever paying them, because they got better old Rourke ass out here helping them. You know, his wife, her dad is a billionaire. I don't know.
Let me look at this right quick. This is crazy stuff, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose their seat.
Dawson ain't out there in the store. Otherwise, Dawson, I said, man.
Oh no.
I know.
Crowd at a hair salon got so out of control, the Harris County Sheriff's Office asked for that company's grand opening to be called off.
Yeah, this happened at the Hair Galleria off FM 1960 in Kirkendall. We know EMS was called to the scene. Our Joy Addison is joining us now live in Northwest Harris County. Joy, what have you learned?
Yeah, well, this is pretty much just a grand opening that got out of control. Famous hairstylist Jonathan Wright of The Right Way and now owner of Hair Galleria Beauty Supply started hosting his grand opening last night. He started advertising to his over 2.3 million followers that there would be free products given to the first people that could get there. So last night, people started showing up. They camped out overnight. And then today, things got out of control. Wright has about 2.3 million followers on Instagram, and he famously styled Houston native Megan Thee Stallion and award-winning R&B artist SZA. About 8 hours ago, he advertised $300 to $400 wigs and $4,000 in cash being given to shoppers that could make it to the store within 20 minutes. Those posts drew the initial crowd last night that stayed overnight and turned into over 500 people waiting in this parking lot for the store to open today, with the promise of more free items and items inside of the store being sold for just 1 cent. After the crowd got out of control today, police were called for a disturbance and people suffering heat exhaustion. Everyone that needed help was treated on the scene, and it was shortly cleared after that.
Once the doors are closed, someone used this as an opportunity or for whatever reason felt they needed to disperse the crowd. Those that were affected were treated by EMS. We had several medical issues came up along with the disbursement of the potential chemical agent, as well as heat exhaustion and some other traffic stuff unrelated to this.
Not too good, you know, people trying to get through and whatnot, mace being sprayed in the air. Many people were coughing. It overall resulted, like I said, in getting shut down.
So as you can see, the crowd out here has dispersed. We just saw the fire marshal pull up just minutes ago and make a couple of more people leave. On Wright's social media, he still is advertising a grand opening for today. We'll stick around out here to see how it goes and if those people show back up.
Well, actually, they actually said they might have to shut it down. But look, this shit is crazy to hell that this even went down. But what do I expect this? Yes, I do. So it's kind of crazy, right? But I mean, it is what it is.
No. Let me touch on this. I wish Facebook let me go live. Sometime I do something, I don't know. But anyway, these ghetto hood sister girls. So let me get this straight. You finna lose your life with a heat exhaustion for a $300, $400 wig. But if they said, hey, our schools failing, we need to be protesting, make sure these schools is educating our youth, and we need y'all out there. You think excuse my language, BJ. You think they'll show up?
Hey, hold it. Look here. Hold. Let me say something to you. Hey, look, I'm gonna have to. I ain't gonna tell you. I like you, so I ain't gonna talk to you like sister girl. Woman, say what the hell you man. I ain't worried about that goddamn cousin. Go ahead and say what the hell you
You know they tripping, BJ. So I don't, And they ain't showing your live because that's another thing. I didn't even get your live notification. I just remembered you messaged me and I had got tied up. I said, I hope they still on. So they didn't even send your live notification. So I don't want to get it, ding. But yeah, they wouldn't do that for their kids. Them motherfuckers, they wouldn't even do that probably for their mom or their family member.
Well, I ain't tell you what one told. If I tell you what one told me earlier this week, she said
I won't be surprised.
She told me I get up too early in the morning for her, and she said that she said I like. Yes, she did. She told me you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You were walking miles and stuff. She was like, I don't go to work till 10 o'clock. She was like, no, you can't. She told me you can't leave. You can't come around and leave leave me out hanging like that. She was like, God damn. She like, shit, we still like the fucking 7 o'clock or some crazy mess like that. I said, look, shut up. I said, look, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning so I have the most energy. I said, and all that, some shit like that. And she was like, because, she was like, I know she was like, you kind of social butterfly, you DJ, you do portrays, you do a lot of stuff with involve people. She was like, I ain't trying to have a man that know a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Yeah, again, y'all, the brothers need to keep doing what they doing, screwing and leaving.
I told her I've been like that since
all your life.
Boy. And she was like, no, she was like, the thing I don't, she was like, I just don't, she was like, because she was like, I know at the gyms, it be women, she like, when you go to walk at a park, women be there. And she said that she like, especially
red flag, BJ, red flag.
I said, look, I told her, you ain't even got to worry about this stuff. You ain't got to hit me up. That's right. You ain't got to hit me up. Right. You can come back and say, that, yeah, she was like, those are the type of men my mama told me how to date. I said, well, wait a minute. I said, ain't you like 38 or something? She like, yeah, what that mean? I said, I don't know.
Old and dumb. Old and dumb.
So I just told her I ain't got it.
And you wonder why.
I ain't got
old, dumb, and lonely. And you wonder why.
I ain't got to come over that junk one day. I ain't got to come over that junk one day. But he didn't take it back later that evening or something and said, I got a lie, but she was like, that just always raised my suspicion when guys say they know a lot of people. I said, look, I said, y'all realize something? Most men ain't asking women about other men they talking about. Y'all realize that?
No, they don't. They don't. That's true.
Really don't give a fuck. That's why. Unless, well, it depends on what the situation is. Now, let me take that back. But almost they're not asking. Because in the first, fucking 5-6 weeks, you ain't asking no shit like that anyway. Well, the women might, they ask. But the men ain't asking that shit. I mean, some of them do. I mean, don't get me wrong. You do got some men that go on some great, crazy rants too. But I don't know. These new type of dudes I've been seeing lately have been on some wild shit. So I had to tell a dude a couple weeks ago, he was like, man, sometimes I feel like beating the broad ass. I said, bro, don't say no shit like that around me. I had to tell him straight up, calm that shit down, bro. I said, you don't know who the hell you talking to. You say that shit around the wrong person, they'll call somebody and say and make up domestic violence on you, bro. So stop that shit.
So will.
Now, speaking of
I feel sorry for my brothers. I feel sorry for y'all. I mean, I try my best with these sister girls. I mean, hey, man, just storm and leave, I guess. I don't know.
Dawson, I'm going to look out for you. Hey, look, you all right with me. But then somebody was, hey, look, you can leave the
I'll be trying.
You can't make them Drake.
I agree. I agree, because they will attack you, because, they attacked me, so, which is cool. Don't bother me.
You know what happened to me?
Just don't try to run up and get fly on the internet. Don't do that with me.
I got to tell you this before I go, because I'm going to end on a good note with the sister girls getting upset by a dildo being thrown on the court. That's how I'm going to end up.
I saw BJ, that stuff went viral too. Y'all posted it, then I saw even the white people and the media talking about it. They talking about ESPN contract with the NFL. They say, is any dildos, colorful dildos gonna be thrown?
Well, but yesterday, speaking of walking, come think about it. I almost got bit by a German Shepherd. Yes, on the trail. Yes, because my nephew, he always asks, can he pet people's dogs and shit? And I was like, bro, that's what they got.
Hey, be careful. Yeah, that's why I tell people don't even come up to my dog.
Well, I told him there's a
Wow.
full-blown German Shepherd, and it's like 6:30 in the morning. It's light, but it's starting to get light. We in the
Still a little dark.
And I tried to move him out the way. This thing lunged at me because I tried to move him out the way. I said, man, get the hell away from that damn dog. And I heard the lady
Wow.
say, he's on a leash. So I'm like, yo, I told him, you got to stop walking on people's dogs, bro, because that ain't like no poodle or nothing.
Yeah, that's a guard dog. Yeah, German Shepherd's a guard dog. Yeah.
He was like,
wow.
I said, bro. And I said, if I would have got bit, German Shepherd ain't the type of dog that just gonna bite you and you give you one bite and like, no, he can keep on trying to bite you.
No. They attacking. They getting you to kill.
So I told him, you gotta stop trying to touch people's dogs and stuff with me.
Wow.
Because I told him, really, to tell you the truth, the only reason because you was getting too close, he would have bit him. I moved him out the way.
Yeah, you got him out the way. Yeah.
And I looked at and I said, dang, this thing was within 3 feet of me because he tried to jump out, but he missed.
Yeah, launch.
Yeah, but he
launch. Yeah, my dog's done that before. And that's why I put him on the choker collar. I don't even walk my dog with no regular collar. I had to put him on the choker collar.
Then I told him, these damn. I told him, these damn white women walking the damn trail do not know how to goddamn control these fucking dogs.
No, they don't. And the first thing they say, oh, I'm sorry. So she know that dog need to be on that dog need to be in a full body type entrapment for the chain, or like I do with my dog. I put my dog on a choker collar because don't no regular dog collar work for them. And then half the time they might not weigh as much as we do, but half of them like 90 to 100 something plus pounds. But look how strong they be. And them things, they'll jack your arm off.
I told the dude the other day. I said,
or would drag you.
I told my boy the other day, bro. I know.
Wow.
I know that your wife love your son. You need to stop letting your 9-year-old son walk around with that big ass dog on the goddamn street by himself. I know you want him to walk the dog and stuff. That's your pet.
DJ, are you serious? What the hell is wrong with them? These parents, man. It's these parents. These goddamn.
Walk the dog when he ain't at home and she, go out there and walk the dog. I said, no, you need.
Not no big old dog like that.
Man, what is that damn dog like a what's that damn thing like a? What is it like? Them bulldogs mixed or something with something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The bulldog mix, but it's a big dog. My sister had one of them. That's a big old dog.
That shit. I said no. I said, look. I told him I ain't even the type of motherfucker that I'll walk him, but you gotta watch it because sometimes if that dog sees something, he gonna pull you.
Correct. That's why I say they'll pull you or drag you.
You gotta watch them type of dogs. But speaking of dogs, they say who let the dogs out, but I'm gonna say who let the deer dogs out.
Something flies on the
Oh, yeah.
The
That's
crowd.
embarrassing.
The officials will say they will continue play as that goes off the fingertips of the Valkyries, but that needs to be addressed. Your favorite W players take the floor is keeping them safe, and there is just absolutely no room for any of that type of activity. Yeah, and no one's picked the object up yet. That's
They just sit up there and left it out on the court. Wow.
Inappropriate.
Now, there was an 18-year-old, looked like a Jeepers Creepers white boy that they arrested or whatever. And
that's they said he threw it out there.
It happened 4 times since then. But it is.
Yeah, why? That's another thing. Is this something? I mean, it's keep happening. What's up? See, that's when y'all bring all that gay LGBT trans lesbo shit. Just play fucking like Lauren say, just shut up and fucking dribble. I mean, we don't care if y'all lesbo.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this to Frank. Hey, Frank, you be. I know you. I know you can be mad at me because I got to leave in about 5 minutes to get this event. But I sent you this. I don't know if you didn't get my notification or not. I do not know because, like I was telling them, you people ain't been getting my notifications. I don't know what the hell going on. She didn't get it until fucking who knows when. Don't matter. YouTube say
Yeah,
we
I
give
didn't
you
get it.
what we want, right? But how you doing today? You hear me?
Yeah, he unmuted.
Oh, no, but yeah, Dawson. So, like my boy said, hey, my boy was joking with me last week. Matter of fact, Shaq heard it was like 5:30 in the morning. We about to go walking. And I told Shaq, my boy said, "What's the damn problem?" He was like, "What? I thought y'all wanted some dick. Y'all want to play with women, dildos." He's saying, right? Yeah, it is what it is. But it is. Hey, look, man. I'm not even mad about this.
That's the problem. Yeah, you need some. Yeah, and that's another problem. Y'all need some. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to tell you, you cannot even go. They will not even let you in a damn game without a fucking your bag got to be clear to get in half the game. So who?
That's what I was thinking when he threw him out there like that. I mean, how did he get it through there like that?
Yeah, I mean, crazy.
I mean, was he a worker, maybe an employee, or somebody who worked there? Maybe. That's what I was thinking.
Hey,
or somebody he know who worked there and they brought it in because they don't really check their bags, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We guys. I had to. They said have a good time.
They throwing goddamn dildos on the boy. That's embarrassing. That's sad.
It's a continuing trend. But hey, look, man. I guess Ludacris had a song called "Shake Your Money Maker," so one of the girls could have got up and shook a dildo or something. I don't fucking know. It's crazy shit. But it's wild. But that's how life is. Hey, look.
I mean, they trying to see if they gonna get some action. They trying to see which one of them lesbos y'all gonna strap it on and put on to get it to work. Get to work.
I got to go.
The game is boring. It's not exciting. So
well, yeah.
That's what y'all like to do. What's wrong with him throwing that out there like that? That's what they like to do and use.
Well, look. Dawson, I looked at. I'm gonna say this. Before I go, let me say this. I looked. I did put 2:15 ET, but I put 2:30 at first. I kind of made a mistake, but I put the ET so Eastern time. So I didn't know if you saw that or not. So maybe
I did. I hit like on it. I did. I just got tied up on the phone with my cousin. I was at the grocery store, and so yeah, so I was trying to help him with some business. I mean, we were discussing, so that's why I had got on, but I did not get the notification. That's how I remember. That's why I hopped on, because I remember you said 2:15 EST, but I didn't get your notification. I didn't get it.
It's all good. Well, look, we go ahead, share your information. Don't go out there to the store with the nuts, because I don't want you to get them chemicals sprayed on you more than already does.
I know, right? Okay, it's Cher_speaks. Instead of S, it's a Z, but you know how they be blocking me on InstaB. But anyway, my second Instagram is Cher Speaks TV, and again, instead of the S, it's a Z, so Cher Speaks TV. Same on TikTok too. Cher Speaks on TikTok. They ain't blocked me on there yet. And then Facebook, I mean, what does it matter? They keep blocking me, so I don't even get it out. And it's the same for YouTube too. Cher Speaks, and then Cher Speaks TV.
All right. Frank, you there? I don't know you. Frank. I don't know you there.
Did it knock him off? It probably knocked him off. Cause see, I got knocked off, but then I came back on.
Well, let me ask Shaq, is there? Shaq, you around?
Chak.
No, Frank.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, shout out to
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man, y'all can tap in with me, man. You know, you see the name on Shaq Waller on Instagram, Shaq Waller on YouTube, and Shaq Edwards on Facebook. I'm talking about.
Don't. Hey, look, Shaq.
Yeah, dude.
Like I told that lady the other day, I'm not buying an iPhone just to go live. So fuck you. But not you, but you know, I told her that. Frank, you there? Oh, yeah.
Probably knocked him off. He probably on.
Well, Frank, look, when I get back from the event, I give you a call. Sorry that maybe you didn't get it. I don't know, like about notifications. Don't blame me. Hey, look, all complaints and things can be directed to YouTube algorithm department. Oh, damn, I forgot that might not even be a real person. That might be something just blocking me on the algorithm. Sorry, I can't help you. So, but hey, look, one thing in the words is yesterday was 88, which 88 means Hail Hitler. And hey, guess what? At the end of the day, they just saying, I got screwed again, or better yet, in closing, I got Jewed again. All right, suckers, just keep on playing. Because look, I like when people mess with me, because guess what? I already know you can always get what's coming to you. They said, karma is a true bitch. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. Because karma doesn't miss anybody. So it is what it is. Dolls, you heard that saying before. Karma is a true bitch, isn't it? Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Take your time.